A Sigma female moves in silence, but her habits speak volumes. Sigma ladies assemble. Today we're peeling back the layers of the Sigma female mind, a world of unspoken quirks, calculated chaos, and habits that set us apart from the crowd. Some of these will feel too real, and others? Well, they'll make you realize just how elite the Sigma mindset truly is. We're talking about the rituals, instincts, and secret behaviors that only true Sigma females can relate to. But before we dive in, make sure you're locked into the Sigma circle by subscribing. Let's go. 1. The silent hairdresser mode. Brushing your hair is never just about brushing your hair. It's a full-blown strategic planning session disguised as a grooming ritual. Sigma females are deep thinkers, and something about the repetitive motion of brushing creates the perfect environment for introspection. Ever caught yourself replaying an entire conversation from years ago while detangling your hair, or suddenly crafting an unstoppable plan for world domination just as you smooth out that last strand? That's the silent hairdresser mode in action. For Sigma females, hairbrushing isn't just about untangling knots, it's about untangling thoughts. This is the moment when past decisions get analyzed, future scenarios get played out, and every single comeback we should have said in an argument comes rushing to the surface. It's like a personal therapy session where the therapist is a $10 brush and the client is the mastermind of her own destiny. Interestingly, this habit isn't just limited to brushing. Sigma females experience deep reflection moments during other repetitive self-care tasks too. Whether it's doing skincare, organizing a drawer, or even just painting nails, these seemingly simple activities turn into mental power-ups that fuel our next big move. It's almost as if our brain chooses these moments to hit us with every significant memory, future plan, and philosophical question at the same time. And let's not forget that we also use these moments to observe ourselves in the mirror, not in a vain way, but in a strategic way. A Sigma female often takes this time to study her own face, analyzing expressions, perfecting that signature power look, and ensuring her mirror face game is on point. So, next time someone asks what we're thinking about while brushing our hair, the answer is simple: everything. 2. The mirror face phenomenon. The second a Sigma female looks into a mirror, something shifts. It's not intentional, it's instinctual. That neutral face we had just seconds ago, gone, replaced by a subtle tilt of the chin, a sharpened gaze, and a micro-expression that screams, "I know something you don't." This isn't vanity, this is calculated self-awareness. Sigma females don't just use mirrors to check their appearance, they use them to study their energy. This is the moment where we analyze if we're carrying the right kind of power, if our aura is on point, and if our resting face is communicating exactly what we want it to. Think about it. Have you ever caught yourself making tiny micro-adjustments to your expression while staring into a mirror? Maybe slightly raising an eyebrow to test the perfect amount of mystery, or parting your lips just enough to create that effortless Sigma smirk. It's because our reflection is more than just a physical check. It's a performance test for how we present ourselves to the world. And let's be real, we all have that one specific mirror face that we default to. It's the face that says, "I am unbothered. I am powerful. I am exactly who I need to be." And yet, the second we stop looking at the mirror, that face disappears, replaced by whatever neutral state we actually exist in. This habit isn't just about aesthetics, though, it's about psychology. The way we see ourselves influences the way we feel about ourselves. Sigma females understand that presence is power, and sometimes a simple glance in the mirror is enough to reset our mindset and remind us who we are. But here's where it gets even weirder. Sometimes we unexpectedly catch our reflection in a store window, a shiny surface, or even a car mirror, and think, "Who is that? Oh wait, that's me." And in that split second we see ourselves not as we normally do, but as the world sees us. That moment is both jarring and fascinating, making us wonder, is this the vibe I'm really giving off? For Sigma females, mirrors aren't just reflections, they're real-time confidence checkpoints. And if that means adjusting our expression to match our energy, so be it. 3. The I smell books and candles. Obsession. A Sigma female doesn't just observe the world, she experiences it fully. And part of that experience is an unspoken, deep-rooted need to smell certain objects before deciding if they belong in our space. Books, candles, fresh laundry, even brand-new notebooks, they all go through the Sigma scent test before we allow them into our lives. Why do we do this? It's not just about the fragrance, it's about the feeling. The scent of a book isn't just paper and ink, it's knowledge, nostalgia, and a hint of adventure. A candle isn't just wax, it's an atmosphere in a jar. Sigma females have a sensory intelligence that makes them naturally drawn to the power of scent as a tool for decision-making. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a bookstore, picked up a novel, and instinctively brought it to your nose before even flipping to the first page? That's because our brain is subconsciously scanning for emotional connection. The same thing happens with candles. Sure, the label might say Midnight Breeze or Cozy Vanilla, but we need to smell it ourselves to know if it aligns with our energy. This habit extends beyond books and candles too. Sigma females often have an innate attraction to certain natural scents, the smell of rain on concrete, the scent of old leather, even the way a fresh cup of coffee feels like an experience rather than just a drink. Interestingly, this also explains why we're highly selective about perfumes and personal scents. A Sigma female doesn't wear a fragrance because it's trendy. She wears it because it feels like an extension of her presence. If a perfume doesn't match our inner identity, we reject it, no matter how expensive or hyped it is. At the end of the day, the Sigma scent obsession isn't random. It's an instinctive way of filtering the world. If it doesn't pass the scent test, it doesn't make the cut. 4. The fake outfit trial. Run Sigma females don't just dress, they strategize their wardrobe choices. And that's why we have an unexplainable habit of trying on outfits we have no intention of wearing, just to see how they make us feel. Ever found yourself suddenly putting together a full power outfit, knowing you're just going to change back into sweatpants 5 minutes later? That's because for a Sigma female, outfits are about energy shifts. Clothes are more than fabric, they're psychological armor. We do this because we need to mentally prepare for future scenarios. Maybe today isn't the day for that perfect blazer and boots combo, but what if next week is? The moment we put on an outfit, our mind starts running simulations, where we would wear it, how we would move in it, what version of ourselves it brings out. And let's not forget the mirror moment that comes with this ritual. The Sigma female doesn't just wear an outfit, she tests it. Does it radiate the right kind of power? Does it make us feel in control? Is it main character energy or just a supporting role look? If it doesn't pass the test, back to the closet it goes. This also explains why Sigma females have an intuitive sense of fashion. We're constantly refining, analyzing, and preparing. Our wardrobe is a tactical selection of identities, and every outfit we try on but don't wear is just another step toward perfecting our personal style. So if you've ever wondered why you've changed outfits 5 times in 1 hour, don't question it. It's just another sign of your Sigma-level wardrobe intelligence. 3. The I smell books and candles. Obsession. Sigma females are sensory-driven creatures. We don't just observe the world, we experience it. That's why we have an uncontrollable urge to smell books before reading them, candles before buying them, and sometimes even coffee before drinking it. It's not just about the scent, it's about the energy attached to it. Ever walked into a bookstore and felt the automatic need to lift a book to your nose and inhale? That's not just a quirky habit. It's an instinct. The scent of paper, ink, and time carries a certain weight, an essence of knowledge and nostalgia that Sigma females naturally connect with. It's almost as if we need to decode the soul of the book before deciding if it deserves our time. The same thing happens with candles. While some people just look at labels to pick a scent, Sigma females need to test it firsthand. A candle's description might say lavender dreams, but if the scent doesn't spark a specific emotion or memory, it's a no-go. The smell needs to evoke something deeper, calmness, mystery, a forgotten piece of a past life, before we even consider taking it home. And let's talk about coffee, tea, or any beverage that involves warmth. Before we even take a sip, we pause. We let the steam rise. We take a slow breath in, and we absorb the moment. It's not just about drinking, it's about fully immersing in the experience. This habit proves one major thing. Sigma females don't just move through life mindlessly. Every moment is an opportunity to connect, reflect, and engage our senses in ways that others might overlook. It's a subtle reminder that we exist in a world full of details waiting to be noticed. So, the next time someone catches you smelling a book, a candle, or even your freshly washed sweater, just tell them, "I'm decoding the universe. You wouldn't understand." 4. The fake outfit. Trial-run Sigma females don't just get dressed. We conduct full-scale experiments before committing to an outfit. And sometimes, we try on a killer look without even planning to leave the house. Why? Because outfit energy is psychological warfare, and we need to be strategically prepared at all times. Ever caught yourself styling the perfect outfit, checking it from every angle, posing as if you're about to walk into a high-stakes meeting, only to end up changing back into sweatpants 5 minutes later? This isn't random, it's a test run. Sigma females like to see their options in action before making decisions, and that includes how we present ourselves to the world. Think about it. The way an outfit makes you feel directly affects your energy, confidence, and overall mood. That's why we try on different combinations, adjust accessories, and sometimes even do a full runway walk around the room to make sure everything is aligning just right. The ultimate question is, does this outfit match my power level? If the answer is anything less than a strong yes, back to the closet it goes. And let's not forget about the ones that never see daylight. Those outfits that looked stunning in the mirror, but somehow never made it outside. We want to wear them, but the right occasion, setting, or energy shift just hasn't happened yet. It's like waiting for the stars to align before unleashing the perfect look. This habit also proves that Sigma females are always thinking ahead. We mentally catalogue different vibe-specific outfits so that when the moment comes, we don't even have to think. We already know what to wear. The preparation might seem excessive to some, but to us, it's just another form of silent strategy. So, if you ever catch a Sigma female trying on an outfit just to change right back into loungewear, know that she's not being indecisive. She's perfecting her arsenal. 5. The inexplicable phone grip test. Sigma females have a unique connection with their phones. It's not just a device, it's an extension of our strategic thinking. That's why we have an odd habit of picking up our phones, gripping them for a moment, putting them down, and repeating the process for absolutely no reason. This is not boredom, this is subconscious mental alignment. Sigma females often experience a strange magnetic pull to their phones, but not because we're addicted to social media. Instead, it's more like a silent check-in, a moment where we instinctively reconnect with our digital command center. Sometimes we pick up the phone, unlock it, stare at the screen for a second, and then lock it again without doing anything. This confuses non-Sigma people, but for us, it's part of a bigger pattern. It's a mental touch point, a moment to confirm we're in control of our tools, not the other way around. And then there's the phantom notifications. You swear you felt the phone vibrate, but when you check, there's nothing. It's like our mind has developed a sixth sense for potential incoming energy. Sigma females are naturally attuned to subtle shifts in their surroundings, and sometimes that even applies to digital space. Let's also acknowledge the grip test itself. Why do we do it? Why do we hold the phone, shift it in our hands, and then set it back down? It's almost like a reflexive motion, something that provides a brief sense of control, reassurance, or even a moment of quiet focus. This small, seemingly pointless habit actually speaks volumes about the Sigma female's need for subtle awareness. We don't just live in the world, we maintain an active grip on our own environment, both physical and digital. So, the next time you see a Sigma female pick up her phone, stare at it for 5 seconds and put it back down without doing anything. Just know she's recalibrating her power levels. 6. The "I don't trust that chair" instinct. Sigma females have an uncanny ability to sense unstable energy, and yes, that includes chairs. If a chair looks even slightly questionable, we go into full assessment mode before even considering sitting down. This is not just about physical balance, it's about psychological dominance over our surroundings. A shaky chair, a squeaky seat, a stool that's too low or too high. All of these send off red flags in our minds. Sigma females don't just sit. We analyze, calculate, and decide whether the chair is worth trusting. Think about it. How many times have you tested a chair before committing? Maybe you pressed down on it lightly, checked the way it moved, or even repositioned it slightly just to make sure it felt right. If something seems off, we opt out. We stand instead, we lean against a wall, or we find an alternative position of control. This instinct isn't just about furniture, it's a manifestation of our overall mindset. Sigma females don't blindly trust anything, not people, not situations, and certainly not furniture with weak structural integrity. Every decision is made with intention, and let's be honest, when we do sit, it's strategic. We choose seats based on positioning, visibility, and ease of exit. A Sigma female never wants to be cornered or too exposed. Whether it's in a cafe, a meeting room, or even a friend's house, we pick the spot that gives us maximum advantage. So if you see a Sigma female hesitating before sitting, she's not being weird. She's ensuring the throne is worthy of her presence. 7. The invisible audience syndrome. Sigma females don't just walk through life. We move like it's a cinematic masterpiece. Every entrance, every moment alone in public, every unexpected reflection in a window is a scene from the movie we star in. This doesn't mean we think people are actually watching us. It's deeper than that. It's about self-awareness, about existing in a way that aligns with our own narrative. We don't just move, we present ourselves with intentional energy. Ever walked through a parking lot and suddenly adjusted your posture, or entered a building and subtly shifted your expression to something more composed? That's invisible audience syndrome at work. It's not about vanity, it's about control over our presence. Sigma females understand the psychology of perception. Even if no one is looking, we make sure we move with confidence, power, and grace, because we know our worth, even if no one is paying attention. This also extends to unexpected reflections. Have you ever caught your reflection in a store window and immediately done a self-check? Not in a vain way, but in a strategic way, as if making sure your energy is still aligned with your power. That's a Sigma move. While others may walk around unconsciously, Sigma females walk around with purpose. Whether anyone is watching or not, we carry ourselves like the main characters we are. 8. The multiverse of outfit regret. Every Sigma female has experienced this moment of existential crisis. You put on an outfit, look at yourself in the mirror, and suddenly, you're transported to 50 different alternate universes where this outfit would have been perfect. But not for today. It's frustrating, it's confusing, and it's absolutely real. You planned to wear this, you tried it on. It should work. And yet, something feels off. It doesn't match the exact energy of the day. Maybe it's too powerful for a casual setting. Maybe it's not powerful enough for a serious event. Either way, it's getting mentally shelved for another time. Sigma females experience this because we are energy-driven decision makers. We don't just pick an outfit, we align with it. Clothing is a manifestation of our mindset, and if it doesn't feel 100% correct, we can't force it. And let's not forget the Hall of Fame outfits, the ones that have been tried on, loved, but never actually worn outside. They're waiting for their perfect moment in history, and we will know when that moment arrives. To an outsider, this might look like indecision, but in reality, it's perfectionism with a purpose. Sigma females don't settle for almost right. When we walk out the door, our outfit is an extension of our identity, and we refuse to misalign with that. 9. The random sentimental object. Loyalty. There is always that one completely random object in our possession that we refuse to let go of, even though its practical value is zero. It could be a hair tie, a rock, a small note, a keychain, an old movie ticket, something tiny, insignificant, yet emotionally untouchable. It's not about what it is, it's about what it represents. Sigma females assign deep meaning to things that most people overlook. This isn't hoarding, it's selective emotional anchoring. Maybe the object reminds us of a specific moment, a certain version of ourselves, or even a personal promise we made to ourselves. It's a physical bookmark in the story of our lives, and we hold on to it as a silent reminder of who we were, who we are, and who we are becoming. Even if we never use it, we know exactly where it is. And the idea of throwing it away, not an option, because in a world where things come and go so quickly, sometimes it's the smallest, most random things that carry the most powerful memories. 10. The highly specific walking sound preference. Sigma females don't just walk. We listen to the sound our footsteps make and analyze how they align with our energy. Ever walked down a hallway, a street, or even across a tiled floor and suddenly thought, this isn't the sound I was expecting? That's because walking isn't just about moving, it's about presence. Sigma females are highly attuned to the way they take up space, and the sound of our steps plays a subconscious role in that awareness. If the sound is too light or too soft, it might feel like we're not making enough of an impact. If it's too loud, we might suddenly feel overexposed. There's a perfect balance we seek, a rhythm that matches our mood, our outfit, and our confidence level. This is why shoe selection is critical. We don't just pick shoes based on comfort or aesthetics. We pick them based on how they make us feel when we move. Boots that give a deep, confident thud, power mode activated, sneakers that make us feel light and swift, stealth mode engaged, heels that create an intentional rhythmic click, commanding presence achieved. And let's not forget the random dissatisfaction that happens when our steps don't sound right. Maybe the floor is too muffled. Maybe the shoes absorb too much impact. Maybe the space just isn't carrying our presence correctly. Whatever the case, it throws us slightly off balance because our steps are more than just a movement. They're an auditory signature of our presence. So next time you see a Sigma female subtly shifting the way she walks, adjusting her pace, or even testing out different shoes before leaving the house. Just know she's calibrating her power frequency. 11. The post-cry mirror check. Crying is a release. It's a private moment of emotion, but for Sigma females, it's also a moment of self-analysis. That's why we always check the mirror after we cry, not out of vanity, but out of psychological curiosity. It's an instinct. The second the tears dry, we feel the pull toward our reflection. We need to see what we look like in this raw state, not because we care how we appear to others, but because we want to understand ourselves. What do we see in our own eyes? Do we look stronger or more fragile? Is there a sense of release or unresolved tension? Is this a moment of transformation or just a temporary wave? Sigma females process their emotions differently than most. We don't just feel things, we analyze, absorb, and use them for growth. Looking at ourselves post-cry is a moment of self-awareness, a time to take inventory of what's happening internally. And let's be real, sometimes the post-cry mirror check is cinematic, the smudged makeup, the distant gaze, the way the light catches the reflection. It's like a scene straight out of a movie. We take a deep breath, we wipe away the last tear, and we reset. Because at the end of the day, a Sigma female doesn't break. She evolves. All right, Sigma ladies. How many of these Sigma-specific quirks did you recognize? How many of these habits hit a little too close to home? And more importantly, what's one weird habit you have that we didn't mention? Drop it in the comments because, trust me, if it's weird, if it's specific, and if it's something only a true Sigma female would understand, we need to talk about it. And if you've made it this far, you're officially one of us. So don't just watch, subscribe, and join the Sigma evolution. Until next time, stay mysterious, stay strategic, and most importantly, stay Sigma.